We've got more entertainment coming up, actually, more information. Thank you again, gentlemen. I'm very pleased to introduce glasses. Our next guest, the CEO of Experian North America. Do you all know about Experian? If you got a good credit score, you really need to know about Experian, okay? Mr. Craig Boundy, and he's joined by our CEO and founder, John Hope Bryant. Let's not forget him. All right.
By the way, how you doing?
Hello, everybody. Hey, what's up? Oh my God. You got your black t-shirt on? Is that virtual? Is that a real shirt?
It's a real shirt.
I love it. I just
Back
might
in
make
Experian.
you an honorary black man.
Well, look at my background as well. Like you see that for our mental health campaign.
I love it. I mean, I'm not often shocked, or I love the sweatshirt. I mean, that's hot. By the way,
There you
this
go.
is the this is the CEO. I love my life. This is the CEO of Experian North America. The CEO. He's wearing a black Experian hoodie. Maybe it doesn't affect you like it affected me. I even forgot which place to sit at. Good to have you with me, my friend. Thank you for being
Great
with
to
us.
be here.
Yeah.
Great to be here.
So first of all, that accent that I love so much. Are you from England, or did you just live in Europe? What's the roots?
No, I'm from England originally. People always want to know where I'm from. I keep a family home in London, and it's where the Ted Lasso TV show was filmed. So that seems to be a good cultural reference for everybody at the moment. That seems to work. But actually, this hoodie that I'm wearing was sent to me actually by the Experian team over in the UK, who had these amazing black and Experian hoodies made, and that seemed like an ideal thing to wear today. And then I've got the virtual background, or rather forget my hand the right way, celebrating our campaign we've had for helping people cope with mental health issues at work.
Oh,
as well.
absolutely, yeah. And I just love that you're just so comfortable wearing it. I mean,
Sure, why not?
It tickles my soul. That's great. No,
There you
yeah,
go.
absolutely. You're not shying away from the issues that face us today, and you have not only not shied away from those issues as we spoke. So for those of you who are unaware, let me explain to you the business he's in, which has expanded in the last decade or so, but people don't understand what a credit bureau is. So there are, and Craig, you correct me here if I get this incorrect, there are three major credit bureaus in the United States: Experian, then you have Equifax and TransUnion, and then you've got sub-bureaus or other bureaus, and you have CoreLogic and others that provide unique data. And these bureaus house all of your credit information, for which, and then there are overlays like FICO, which is like a formula, is like the menu you use to cook the soup or something. And those things are baked into credit decisions by banks and other, by the way, now it's almost everybody. Half of employers in this country require a credit check before they'll hire you. Did you know that? Half. And you can't get a cell phone today without them checking your credit. Rent a house, rent an apartment, they check your credit. So Craig, initially you guys started off as a reservoir, sort of passive reservoir. I'm making a statement, but you're going to correct me if I'm wrong, of information. And now you're more of a technology company increasingly, data and analytics. Am I getting this right, Craig?
I think you're doing a great job, John. You know, it's obviously the next career for you right here. But I think the really important thing for us today is we're the custodians of people's financial identities.
Yeah.
Like we hold the information about everybody in the audience, And it's something that if you know more about how it works, there are actually things you can do to influence how well we understand you, and therefore the outcomes and the services that you can get. The financial education and literacy has really become a core part of who we are and what we do, and that's why it's so important to be part of Operation Hope.
Yes, and in full disclosure, Craig is on our global board of advisors, and they are a signature member of Financial Literacy for All, which we launched this year as a new civil rights movement for this country to embed this into the business plans of companies, communities, and organizations. And ultimately, our goal is the government of this country. So Craig is part of that leadership. And let's get into the meat of this, Craig. You and I have partnered on a couple important initiatives. I want you to drill down on them. But one of the things that we've recently partnered on, and I want the audience now to participate. We've recently partnered on something that it's called a Hope Financial Wellness Index. That's the official title. I call it a Hope 700 Credit Score Index unofficially. So you can go on your phone, your iPad, whatever you have right now, and this is all powered by Experian. They provide all the data for free for what you're about to experience. You can go on to either my Operation Hope website. You don't need to do that. Just type in, I think, Hope Credit Index. It should come up. Or Hope Financial Wellness Index more formally. But you type in Hope Credit Index, it should come up on your phone or whatever. It should be now a website that has a map, and you type in either the state or the city, and we're going to show you what your credit score is for the state of the city. And you'll notice that the poorest state in America, which happens to be Mississippi, also has the lowest credit score of any state in America. You'll find that cities that have the highest GDP, gross domestic product, have, the highest credit score. You'll find that places like where George Floyd was murdered, that city, or that zip, by the way, Elaine Hungenberg on my team is going to the next level, which is zip codes. You'll find when you get down to the zip code level, you'll find that most of the unfortunate shootings by police of blacks in George Floyd's murder happened in 500 credit score neighborhoods. So we're finding that social justice is an overlay. Social justice can be achieved through an economic lens, but if you want to understand the nature of social justice, also unpack the economics. It's not about the credit score, it's about the trending indicators of hope, well-being, engagement, belief, trust, all these intangibles which are tracking, oddly enough, in direct parallel to credit scores. Here in Atlanta, Craig, the credit score, I believe, for Atlanta is around 675, but that is, if you look at that, that's tracking Alpharetta, which is one of the wealthier areas at, I think that's more like 740 credit score, is my guess. And then it's also tracking, I'm not gonna pick on a neighborhood, but a poor area of greater Atlanta that might be 520 credit score. And it's blending those two things and giving you an average credit score in this example of 675. So what you wanna do is get that average credit score up. And I believe that, I know there's never been a riot in a 700 credit score neighborhood in America's history. It's just never happened. 700 credit score neighborhoods go shopping, they don't riot. That was funny, but you'll get that later. But 500 credit score neighborhoods are where you see this: a check casher, next to a payday loan lender, next to a rent-to-own store, next to a title lender, next to a lawn shop and a pawn shop, next to this is where, unfortunately, predators proliferate. And I just think it's so cool that you guys have armed us with this data, that I can now go from city to city and soon zip code to zip code and tell any leader in this country that the nature of their health, which is triggered by the nature of their financial well-being, and how to get, in other words, it tracks if you increase that credit score, you'll increase overall well-being, job creation, small business creation, entrepreneurship, two-parent households, stable families, communities at work, shootings go down, and hope goes up. Craig, why did you do this?
John, I mean, it's such a great lead in. Look, as a company, I said at the beginning, we have the ability to know and understand lots of information about individuals and help people make smart decisions. But your point's right. When you look at the social consequence of poorer neighborhoods versus more well-off neighborhoods, you can see the absolute difference. And there are things that each of us can do about it. There are real things that we can do to improve the financial literacy in neighborhoods. That's where you guys do such incredible work in helping people learn and understand what it is they can do. But there are really tangible things that everybody in the audience can do to improve their own financial identity. And let me just give you two. You know, as a company, we win a lot of awards, and some of them are really nice, and some of them are particularly special. Last week, Fortune named us to their 2021 Change the World list for an idea and a product that some of you might see occasionally on the television because the commercials feature John Cena, the actor, wrestler, and a big purple cow. And a lot of people seem to know the big purple cow that we feature in often in football games and other things. And the product is called Experian Boost. Yeah. And it's really simple. It does exactly what it says. It lets you increase your credit score. Now think about that with the lead in that John, you just gave us. The better the credit score of a neighborhood, the more effective it is as part of our society, the less bad things that go on, put simply. Each of us can use Experian Boost to put information on our credit file and get a direct increase. So it's free. It takes less than 2 minutes. And even Fortune think it's an idea that could be part of changing the world. Why wouldn't we be part of that?
So my wife, Shatra, could go on to your app and add her utility bills or some credit source where she's paying, but that doesn't show up on your credit report. Did you guys know that utility bills are not factored in your credit score? Did you know that rent is not factored in your credit score? It doesn't show up. And so what they're doing is giving you an ability here with Boost to be your own advocate. And if you need help with that, Hope Financial coaches in our 180 locations are glad to assist you with that. So that's Boost, and I think it's a very credible product. You probably are not in a position to talk about, I'm gonna come back to the index, I'm not walking past that, but I got a call from your people last week, and they asked me some questions.
We can talk about it.
Go ahead. We probably can't talk about that right now, I know, but there's something juicy.
I don't mind, John. Listen, we're amongst friends.
Okay.
We're amongst friends, so.
All right.
So
well, you're about to hear something that I try to give you a way out. You're about to hear something that no one knows about, that they've been cooking up at Experian. They called me for my advice. I gave them some constructive criticism to make it better, I thought. But I really believe it's potentially a game changer for a segment of the American population. I do think they need to do a little bit more to enhance it, but it's directionally quite smart. Craig, over to you.
Well, thanks, John. And we always appreciate the advice, because making our products really easy to use, but most importantly, usable by the communities that need them is important. And so we always appreciate the support and critiques from you there.
You guys have got it. Look, you got it handled.
Think about it like this. John's got the wellness index up there. Well, in order to make a difference to the wellness index, you have to have a credit report, and you have to have a credit score, and you have to have a financial identity. Once you've got one, you can use Experian Boost to improve it. You can use the great financial education and literacy work from Operation Hope. You can become your own advocate. But if you don't have a financial identity, you're kind of stuck. And to know how to do something about that is really difficult. And it's been a problem that we've been worrying about and trying to address for a long period of time. And I think we found a way to do it. In fact, we've been cooking up, as John put it, a great product last week, and it's easy if I give you a story because it makes it come to life. So last week, Yasmin, who's a young adult from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, went on as part of our trial and registered via our mobile app, downloaded our new app, and she had no financial identity at all.
So, so
we would
she didn't
call credit
exist?
invisible.
From a credit.
Doesn't exist.
Credit
invisible.
Okay.
In less than 2 minutes, went through a process that we've built up and created a credit file.
A what?
Not only did she create a credit file, she got a credit score. And now went from the morning not being in the mainstream financial ecosystem of banking products in the US to joining that system. That young adult will now contribute to increasing the credit score of the neighborhood and improving the financial wellness index. So not only can you improve by being your own advocate with Boost, but people that don't exist can go from being invisible to visible. Think about that. That is truly what we can all work on together to bring more hope to neighborhoods and communities.
And as a practical matter, Craig, let's break this down. My friend Tim Burt is in here somewhere, and he would say he's from the country in I think Alabama. His family would say, let's put it where the goats can get it, is a phrase from the South. Let's put it so low where everybody can reach it. So let's break this down so even I understand it. How does this work? In a practical matter, this product.
Yeah.
So my sister
works really easily.
Go ahead.
So you need a couple of things. You need a social security number.
Okay.
And you need some kind of identification that we can scan. Driver's license, something like that. Some kind of state identity, something.
Passport, driver's license, something.
Anything
State
like that.
ID.
that you could take a picture of and scan. And you need some kind of access to the internet, cell phone, computer, something that gets you on the internet. You go on, we check you are who you say you are. So you put your name, your address, then we check your social security. So we make sure you are who you say you are.
Yep.
Then we take a scan, a photograph of the identity document.
Which you can do from your phone.
Do it from your phone. You can do it from a camera like the one I'm using on this computer, something that lets you take a photo. We validate that. We use some of our clever technology to validate that. And that's it. Hey, presto, you're done.
How long does that take?
In the financial system.
How long does that take?
I tell people those kind of products can never take more than 2 minutes. I think this takes about a minute.
Wow, a minute. And how many people in this country, Craig, are invisible, credit invisible?
Well, I think that's often a number that people argue about. It's certainly tens of millions. Certainly tens of millions of people.
Tens of millions. And so if you know somebody out here who is credit impaired, they need to come to Operation Hope. They need to use, at the very least, products like the Boost product that they have engineered. If you live in a neighborhood that's got social challenges, you need to get your credit score for your city and go advocate with your mayor to get a campaign to get that credit score up. Try to get down to the zip code level so you understand how your zip code is doing versus the zip code of the area right next to you. I think you'll be stunningly surprised. And then for those who you know who don't exist to the financial system, you don't have to wait for somebody else to empower you anymore. Now you can do it by yourself. Of your phone camera, an ID. Try to remember these things. Help me out here. What is the third thing?
Social security.
Social security number.
That's it.
An internet connection. But you can do it on
internet.
You can have a mobile connection also, right?
Yeah.
Any
way you can connect to the internet. Cell phone, mobile connection, computer. It doesn't matter. And John, you know because you're part of the family. You're getting a bit of a sneak preview here. There's a couple more weeks to go till this hits the mainstream, but the audience here matters as an important, and I wanted you to know about something like this because these are things that make a difference to millions and millions of people.
We're sitting in a moment in history, you guys, but history does not feel historic when you're sitting in it. It just feels like another day. but that doesn't mean the moment is not historic. Social justice through an economic lens. Here was a sneak peek from one of the most important CEOs of one of the most important companies that guides your life because it guides your credit in the world. Please say thank you to my friend Craig at Experian. And please log on to the Hope Credit Index. You might be surprised. Craig, thank you so much. And send me a hoodie.
I'm going to send you one, John. It's on its way.
All right, love you, man.